So when did this cease to be a surprise? When did you kind of put everything together that this was going to be what was happening afterwards?
I had no idea. I'm in shock. Everybody did a good job keeping their mouth shut. So they just told me, they told everybody to come up on the field, and I'm like, I don't ever go on the field. Like, I'm lifting right now, so I'm like, all right. So I'm just waiting, and then
you knew something was up, but you didn't know it was about you.
I didn't know it was gonna be about me. But I'm shell shocked, So I'm surprised.
Talk about going back to your old school and what that was like.
That was good. Being able to talk to the kids. There's nothing like it. You can see in their eyes, it's like that wow factor. But I want to let them know it's like I'm just like you guys. Like, I come from the same area. I'm nothing spectacular. You guys do the same thing as me, so it's just good. Like they said, it's good to hear from somebody else other than a teacher. So it's good to go back, for sure.
What does the award mean for you?
This is big. It's just another thing that I could have, to represent me. I'm gonna do my job to continue to go back to the community and do everything that I can. Having an award under me, I'm gonna represent it well, just for sure.
Mike Williams has said that you guys talked in the tunnel before the USC game, just kind of about growing up down there and wanting to go to USC and wanting a different experience at Cal. You had an offer from SC?
I didn't have an offer from SC, but they were recruiting me, but I didn't get an offer from there. But I went to USC 32nd Street, so like my middle school was on campus, so I was a big SC fan or whatever. But I didn't get recruited by them, but it was all good though.
What did you guys talk about? What came up in that conversation?
I was just telling them how I grew up in the area, and then I faced a lot of stuff, as far as like dealing with gang banging and all that stuff, but I was able to move out of the area luckily, and I experienced another life down in Valencia, which was totally different for me. So being able to play in a different area, I disliked it at first because I was leaving all my friends, not being able to play football with them, the people I grew up with. So, when I moved out to Valencia and got a chance to play out there, it was pretty fun, so it was just different. But that was like kind of the basis of what we talked about. It was good to be back home. I told them what I would be doing, going out to speak to the kids and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool.
When did that thing with back at the Essence Coprich Library? When did that get set up? When did that event get set up?
That event, I started talking about it maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. I wanted to set something up to where I could go and talk to the kids. But even when I got there, I didn't know that it would be set up like it was. I thought I would just go in and talk to the kids, but the principal, she did a great job of setting everything up, and I really thank you for that. And I was surprised when I walked in. I'm like, wow, this is great. I'm being recognized, and then I got down to the nitty-gritty and able to talk to the kids, which I really want to do. So I hope I inspire some of the kids, to go on a better path, to do good in class and stuff like that, pay attention more.
How old were the kids?
I talked to 3rd, 4th, and 5th, I believe, and then I read to 2nd grade.
Okay.
I think so. I think that's how it went. Yeah.
So you've been working with the kids in your community for a few years, right?
Yeah.
When did you start to really realize that you weren't just kind of helping out a little bit, but you were actually making a pretty big difference in their lives? When did it hit you?
I think it hit me when I got to college. I was able to really start just honing in on the kids and realizing that they're actually looking up to me. So I've been around it. I've been around the community for a while because of my dad. He's always worked in the community, having his famous choir and stuff like that. So it's just like it's nothing new. It's nothing new with me. So being able to go and talk to kids is like it feels regular. It's nothing special. But by me going back and talk to the kids, I feel that to me, like, it's hard to explain. It's like something like that's needed. you know, is needed in the community, you know, and I think it'll change the future of some kids, you know, by going back to talk to the kids. So.
Do you ever think about what it'll be like if one of these kids approaches you when they're college age and say you're the reason why I'm in college?
That's gonna be a special moment, you know. That's what I'm looking forward to. You know, I hope they do. You know, that's the purpose right there. You know, I want to change kids' futures for sure, on a better path. Cause mine did for sure. Mine did.
Well, congrats on the award. It's much deserved.
Thank you.